live. Hey guys. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to give you my process on how to be unfuckwithable, on how I be unfuckwithable. And I'm going to give you one actionable item that you can do and put into practice today, right now, to be more unfuckwithable in your vibration and with circumstances. No matter what the circumstances are, you can choose to let it bring you down. You can choose to believe it. You can choose to go along with it, or you can gain the confidence and the state of mind to rise above it and to manifest beyond any circumstance. This is called being unfuckwithable. Circumstances cannot fuck with me. So today I did the course on getting out of a funk, which is actually a masterclass. We did the Get Out of a Funk masterclass, which is also on how to be unfunkwithable, and I covered 8 things very, very, very clearly. We could still go into more depth, but what I'm going to do here in this video is I'm just going to tell you guys from my perspective what I think in my life, like what I do, how I actionably put this into practice. So by the end of this video, you're going to be able to actionably put this into practice, and you're gonna see and hear exactly how I do it, and we're just going to focus on one thing. So basically what I do is I catch myself in the act. I catch myself in the act of, oh, you were at the class? Yes, it was very awesome. If you were in the class, comment, but let me know what you thought about the class. You have to be willing to do this part, because this is actually going to require you to function from a higher level of awareness than what you are doing normally and naturally when you are forgetting that you're the God of your reality and that you create, and you're feeling like circumstances are coming down on you and controlling you, and you're feeling restricted and constricted, right? So you have to be willing to come out of that and realize, hey, I can think above this. I'm going to say no to that. I'm going to say no to falling under the influence of this circumstance. I'm going to say, no hurricane, not in my neighborhood, not today. I don't know if you know that story about when I turned a hurricane. I talk about it all the time, but it's just because it was a really, really good example, and it's something that I did twice. But it starts there. It starts with you sort of being like, no, I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that. And is it that simple? Is it that easy? Well, it's about your level of awareness. You go from one level of awareness where that's not even an option, because all you're doing is looking at circumstances, getting fucked by circumstances. Circumstances have you, and you have to be ready and willing to come out of that and realize that, yeah, this is a choice. This is a choice to fall victim to this circumstance and to fall under the spell of the circumstance, or to realize, no, I'm coming out of this. And does that mean that you have an answer readily available to you or an actionable solution? No, but that doesn't matter. You don't need that. When you believe, when you know, when you realize, when you raise your level of awareness, raise your level of consciousness, which you can do in any moment, right? It is this sense of rising above. And if you can use an example of where you've done this in the past, that's going to help you a lot to apply to this moment. It's really interesting how, like, no matter what you've manifested in the past, you can always fall back into unconsciousness and feeling like you have no choices. But listening to content like this kind of puts your head on straight, and when you're really pursuing this path and you're putting yourself around those influences that help remind you that you're the God of your reality, that's something that really helps you to be able to raise your level of awareness and make these choices, and will yourself to make these choices, and will yourself to snap out of those illusions when you want to. And quite honestly, yes, this does come down to mindset. So today is 103 on our Infinite Mindset series going on this week. This is, let's see, so on this channel we're doing a series on how to obliterate your blocks and create your dream life using Infinite Mindset, which is what we're doing this week, emotional competence, which we did last week, and then enlightenment teachings is going to be what we're doing next week. So this really comes down to a choice. And we talked about choice yesterday. We've been talking about choice this week. But do you realize that this is always a choice? Do you will yourself to realize that this is always a choice? And that's something that's premeditated. That's something that you prepare yourself for. That's something that you pre-pave your own path and your own mind for. Is like, I do believe that I'm the God of my reality. I do believe that I have these choices available to me. I do believe that I can do anything and that anything can happen. And the only question is, when am I going to choose to realize that? And when am I going to choose to rise above the limitations that I believe that I have right now in this moment? And when you do go through that process, and when you do kind of snap yourself out of it, that's like the best way that I can describe it, is like you'll be in the middle of facing an issue, a problem, a circumstance in your mind, and then you sort of like, not doing that. Not going there. Snap out of it. Never mind. Not going there, not doing that. It is the most freeing moment, and I don't know if you can reach that right now in like your, I don't know if this is relevant to you right now, I don't know if you can relate to this right now, but I'm sure that you've done it at some point in your life, and you can do it, and you can will yourself to do it. So that is where it all begins, and that was kind of what happened with me when I turned a hurricane, and also the second time when I did it on purpose, and the hurricane just dissipated. I was like, I'm just not feeling this. I'm just not reaching this impending doom that everyone seems to think is happening. And if I'm not feeling it, it's not this is not a thing. It cannot happen in my world if I'm not connected to this. And that's what you want to break, is the spell of connection that you have to thinking that that circumstance is really solidly real. You want to break that connection that makes you think that this thing is relevant to you and to your life, and that is impending for you. So, hey, if you're still watching this video, that means that you liked it. So make sure that you click the like button, subscribe, hit that bell button so that you know every time that I'm going live with a new video. I go live Monday through Friday on this channel. I'm sorry I was totally late today because I was teaching Get Out of a Funk, which, by the way, was a really awesome course. We went over it was like an hour and a half. I was like, this is freaking amazing shit. It's going to take as long as it takes. And guess what? It was worth it. So if you want to know how to be completely unfuckwithable, you want to know how to always get out of a funk, no matter how low that you are, no matter if you've completely given up on life, this is really the key to being able to live heaven 24/7 and manifest perfection. I did give a lot of keys on how to transcend negativity, which is completely where mastery is at, okay? And we only have, or you guys only have 3 days to buy it, okay? Because 3 days after this thing comes out, that's it. We're moving on to the next. We have new stuff coming up next month. So I'm going to put that link below for you guys to buy it. If you want to, you have the next 3 days to do it. Comment if you have any questions on that. You might see some success stories or some testimonials down below from people who were in the class. Anyways, I'm going to see you tomorrow for more of Infinite Manifesting 104.